UAW, all switches up. Remember, you talked about it, the air pressures are down. Give me a good, clean start. Remember, it's a long race, and oh, by the way, reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time.
43 cars, 400 miles, new untested racetrack.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Viva Las Vegas, boys, go racing.
Pretty tense right now, guys. The track's been laying there in the sun all morning, pretty hot. Slick enough when they get going around here with the cars, but it's really bad on the first few laps.
Kane, Stremme, Sadler, Jeff Burton fighting Montoya side by side for fourth.
Whoa. Looked like Montoya may have scraped the wall going down into one.
But Darrell, definitely the track is the hottest it's been since these guys have been here. We got one all the way against the wall. David Reagan in the 6 car. And caution will wave.
He got up high, Larry. We've seen that time and time again. Got that dirt all over his tires and could not get the car back down.
And David comes in here 5th in the points, the top finishing rookie in the first 2 races.
We said expect the unexpected. The one thing we expected was matching yesterday's record number of caution flags, and here's a reason why.
Yeah, you see, just gets up out of the groove. Now you watch the dust start to fly. See the dust and dirt that's coming up around the car? That's just that's residue from the tires and the sand and everything else that's up against the outside wall.
And Darrell, we talked about no grip. The higher you go, the worse it gets.
Rookie David Reagan, 5th at Daytona, highest rookie in the point standings, first car to test the outside wall in Las Vegas. Sadler and Stremme fighting for second place. Well, not much of a fight, was it?
It was not a fight at all.
Those 2 Dodges.
But David Stremme had a
trouble
good run
turn 1.
yesterday.
Big pile up. Casey Mears is in it. Robbie Gordon.
And this is about the way that Casey Mears' day started yesterday, about this time before lap 10 in the Busch race.
It's just really, really difficult to hook these cars up with the tire combination that they have on these cars. It's just very difficult.
An unhappy birthday weekend for Casey Mears and Ward Burton, the state water heaters car, also involved. It's hard to get hooked up, Darrell, but it looks easy when a car gets loose to hook one into the fence.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's no saving it. They just snap around. We saw Casey Mears here on that restart, though. Saw him right here. Here he goes. We saw him on that restart try to get up on the outside. He got in the fence a little bit, but I don't think that had anything to do with what happens to him here.
Ooh. It's almost like it all started with Robbie Gordon in the 7. Ward Burton in the 4 got together.
Yeah, Robbie drove down underneath Ward, and they got together, and Casey was high on the outside in the 25 and put him in the fence.
It was just a victim, and that's exactly what he was yesterday on that first caution, was just a victim.
It's really just, oh, you can see Robbie really got stuck his nose in under Ward Burton in the 4 car there. A little bit maybe he should have been a little more patient than that this early in the race, and particularly with all the conversation we've had about the track and the tires and everything.
Robbie Gordon started 38th, was trying to move up through the field, and of those 3 cars, Gordon's has the least amount of damage. He's back on track after a pit stop.
Well, we've run 9 laps. We've got 3 cars in the garage already.
And we got a bunch of takers on pit road 16 laps into this run.
But it's very early, Larry, and when Kasey Kahne starts on the pole on a 1.5 mile track, he usually ends up in victory lane.
Tell you what, a new racetrack has a tendency. Oh,
turn 4.
Turn 4, got a car around. Joe Nemechek. Here comes Dave Blaney into the wall. Looks like those 2 are the only 2. Blaney just tried to get on the brakes to stop and it turned him right.
No right front. Has no right front.
Now, Blaney has been Toyota's brightest hope in this young season. He's been the best running Camry at Daytona and California. He's one of only 2 Toyotas to make the field here, and it looks like his day is over.
Yeah, he's having really bad luck.
That's 2 of our guys in the top 12 that have already had problems here before lap 20. Joe Nemechek comes in here in the top 10. We've already had the problem with David Reagan.
This is what you're going to see with the 13 car Joe Nemechek is what we've been talking about. The cars just they just turn sideways all at once, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. See, that car's already stepped out right there. Of course, when somebody runs into you, that helps. That's a different story too.
But Darrell, I think when it stepped out,
yeah,
he had to get completely out of the throttle.
Yeah, he had to get out of the gas, and when he did, Boyer ran into him. And
Boyer was in the throttle, and Nemechek was not.
Right, and Blaney was trying to miss him and got on the brakes and turned him right into the fence.
Jamie McMurray, Matt Kenseth drive by and miss it, and so does Scott Riggs. But it all happens in a blink of an eye. What's the record for cautions in the first 20 laps?
Over, under, perhaps.
The record for cautions is 10.
Sponsored by Budweiser, the official beer of NASCAR, and proud sponsor of Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the number 8 car.
Spinning down the front straightaway, rookie Eric Almirola, the Joe Gibbs development driver, who qualified this number 80 to race today, and might have just made a little light contact, maybe with the outside wall as the car snapped around coming off 4.
Yeah, he just turned 4. It's got an odd transition to it, and the car will snap loose. We've heard a number of drivers complain about loose off. He was loose off, but it did hit the wall pretty hard once it came around with him.
Started in go-karts at age 8 and has impressed everybody ever since to earn this opportunity to race in Nextel Cup.
Just gets around with him. We've seen that time and time again. If he'd had the wheels turned, well, no, that was not anything he could do with that. That was a good job to minimize the contact.
Nice shot from our Ultimate Picture cam. And we're under caution once again.
Pretty good timing, Larry. I think the guys were needing some gas.
Well, that was the longest green run that we have had right there. We're going to see everybody on pit road. It's been 17 laps since that restart, so I think you will see feeding time. The only car left on the racetrack will probably be the pace car.